Good morning, straight from the Philippines. Want to say hello to my kinfolk back in Tennessee, first and foremost. Family and friends back there. It's hot. Gosh dang, it's hot today, man. It's early and hot. It's good though. Uh, I was going to talk to you a little bit about stuff that if you're coming from the West, things that you might want to bring with you to the Philippines. Is razors, like if you like using the Gillette Fusions or to me, right now, that's probably my favorite. I've ordered this stuff called Harry's, and that it does all right, but it don't last as long as the Gillette. So, shaving gel, I would bring that from the West because I have found some shaving foam out here uh, at Watson's in the mall. So it's a pharmacy called Watson's out here, and it's usually just a small, uh, like a 3 ounce, basically travel size. Uh, is not, so you have to buy a couple of them, and really you don't know what their stock's going to be like. You probably get on Shopee. It's kind of like Amazon is back in the West, but it's Shopee. I think a lot of it's like Chinese stuff. Matter of fact, I know a lot of it is Chinese stuff. I wish they had a Japanese Shopee, or I wished I knew of one because I'd buy all my stuff from Japan out here. Just because I work for the Japanese, my son, he works for them right now at Nissan in Smyrna, Tennessee, and you just take a lot. They take a lot of pride in their work. You know, quality's big with them. So I don't think it's so much out there like this stick I'm holding this phone with. I mean, I didn't have it 2 weeks and broke it. You know, It's okay to hold, but you can't sit it. It's supposed to have a little stand, so I ordered a tripod one where I can like sit it on the table, or been trying to talk a couple of my Filipino friends into doing an interview with me, but because one of them tricycles, looking for somebody to take down the road. Um, yeah, let's see what else would I bring. They do have Old Spice deodorant here, so but I brought like four. So really I'm on my last one, but I done found some at the mall. So, I'm good on that. And then, let's see, what else would I bring? Of course, you got to bring your clothes and stuff, but because even if tried to order my size shirts out here. No, they're not my size. They're Filipino size or Chinese size or whatever, but they're not American, so I got to get some shirts whenever I go back. Um, and then, um, what else would I bring? Um, they do got shampoo here. Of course, I use Head and Shoulders, but uh, they got it here. They got toothpaste here. I did bring some toothpaste from back home. Uh, let's see here. I know I'm leaving stuff out. I probably should have wrote everything down, but I just kind of click this camera on, get to talking about whatever suits me, I guess. But that was just something that was on my mind today. I was like, man, I better tell you if you are coming out here like this, definitely bring razors and shaving gel for sure. Um, and I'm sure I'll think of some more stuff, you know. But yeah, I actually found I went to a new mall yesterday because I went to this one ATM at this BDO bank, and I had to catch a ride over there. So I paid them 30 pesos. Uh, then I get over there and it declined my card twice, and I was like, what? So I leave, and of course it's connected to my American phone, which only works on Wi-Fi, so I leave it at the house. And so then I had to catch another ride, and I just told him to take me to Land Bank ATM, and he ended up taking me to the city mall. And I went there, and sure enough, it worked. Thank God, you know. Then they had a Watson's in there. The neighbor's dog was going stupid over there. Usually he's pretty quiet. Oh, there's another little dog barking somewhere. You got the roosters crowing, the dogs barking. You know you're in the Philippines. For sure. Usually he's a pretty good boy, though. He's got German Shepherd mix. They got all kinds of dogs out here. Shih Tzus, Poodles, German Shepherds, Rottweilers. You know, you name it, they got them out here. So I don't know who brought them over, but I guess they've been breeding them. You know, there's a lot of stray dogs. Not so much here where I'm at today, but where I'm living at now. But my last place, that boarding house, there was probably 20 stray dogs. Then there was a cat. She come up pregnant and ended up having all of her kittens right outside of my room. And them things would keep me up all night. Just meow, meow, you know, freaking. And then the kids, they was probably about, I'd say 20, I'd say at least 20 neighborhood kids over there. Of course, when the foreigner moved in over there, they all had to come. They was all curious. And a couple of them could speak a little English, not much, but a little. So, you know, I try to converse with them a little bit, but they just thought I was I try to buy them a little something from the sorry store, snacks and stuff. And, it's they're great kids. I actually miss them. Told this one boy, he's like 12 and he don't even have a bicycle. And I said, well, I promise you that before I buy me another motorcycle, that I will buy you a bicycle. So I'm gonna get him a bicycle eventually, probably when I get back from Tennessee. You know, counting the days down. Oh my gosh, like I really don't even want to go back. That's the sad part about it. But might as well get it over with. Quicker I get there, quicker I can get back. So I kind of, have to put it in my head. So get back to sunshine, beautiful. It's either sunny and hot or it's raining. So ain't no cold weather here. You ain't got nothing to worry about there. Like you, what bring shorts? I wouldn't bring pants. I brought like my boots. I come well prepared. I mailed 2 luggages before I came, and then I brought 3 luggages with me, which is what's allowed on my flight. But when I go back, I'm just taking 2. I'm taking my big one and my little one, and I'm gonna take my boots back. I'm gonna take my, of course, ever since I had my surgery on my leg out here, I can't get into my dress shoes because I was going to church out here, and I ain't really been to church since I've been down here in Coronadale. So I can't even get my foot into the shoe because it stays swole. So hopefully I can talk to a vein doctor when I get back to Tennessee and see if there's something that they can do to maybe, rewire it, take a vein out of one leg, put it in the other or something. That way it'll move the fluid, because right now I have to keep it elevated for, a good bit. As you can see by the sweat rolling off of me, it's about 150. I don't know how hot it is, but I know it's hot today, buddy. Got me some bacon in there, cooking bacon, and make me some eggs and some toast. Pretty much eat that for breakfast. Usually I eat Hungarian sausage. They don't have. I can't find smoked sausage, which I want to look at the public market and see if there's anybody there that makes homemade smoked sausage. But chorizo's big out here. I don't really care much for chorizo, but that Hungarian sausage, that Virginia brand, it's delicious. They make this other brand, but man, they put these big fat chunks of fat just chunks of fat in the mother uh, that other brand. It's called slipping my mind too. But it's, I mean, and they're okay, but they just no spice to it, not much flavor, and you gotta every bite you got. I usually just cut it up, and that way I can look in it to see and dig out them big chunks of fat. So some of that, you know, made in a factory sausage. So, which that Hungarian is too, but it's like real lean, and it's got a little bit of spice to it. Really good with breakfast. So that's something I'm gonna smoked sausage. That'd probably be one of the first things I get whenever I get back. Have smoked sausage and eggs, and got a letter from my attorney. I'm gonna see if he'll go ahead and file the paperwork now, kind of get that going, because he's saying that we got a year. Well, you know, and then, but it could be longer because you know. But really, I got long. I got over that uh, because it's from the last day I got my temporary total disability (TTD) check. Um, So I think that's January. So I've still got a little bit of time, but you know, if he's wanting to file it by, you know, I'll be there the first week in September. So by the second week, he's wanting to have it filed. So, which should, you know, I guess it'll give him enough time. I just got to get down there to see him, you know, and yeah, it's definitely hot out here today. Ain't nothing like getting your vitamin D first thing in the morning. From about 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., they say is the safest time to be outside, uh, just because of I mean, if you come out at noon or 11 or something like that, you really don't want to sit out here with no shirt on for about 20 minutes. That's about all you want. Then you better get in because you will burn, for sure, especially if you're a white guy. I'll show you how beautiful my neighbors are. They, they was out earlier, but I don't know where they went to. Got some beautiful neighbors here. Beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful women here, though. I mean, and it makes the West look like you. You come here, you'll not want to ever go back to the West, especially dating. You do not want to date an American girl. And I've had a couple even since I've been here. I've had a couple message me on Facebook and like, you know, hey, I'm divorced. I'm this. One was a widow, one was divorced, and just trying to. And I'm like, nah, it ain't happening. Like, when I go back, I'm going back for one reason only. Well, I get to see my kids. That's the main reason. But get this handled, and then as soon as I get my business handled, I'm coming straight back. I mean, I'm not, you know. I love the weather here. I love the culture. I love the people. Uh, I love this town that I'm living in right now. It's a great town. I do want to check out some other towns. I don't know if I'll move, but I mean, I might. You know, it just depends. You got to be married uh, or have a business or a business partner that's Filipina in order to, you know, buy property or buy a house or whatever. You can buy a condo. You can do that. I'm gonna have to go in. It's just too hot. Um, but yeah, you can buy a condo out here if you like condo living. Uh, I think Deval has them. Jen San has them. Uh, you know, it's just whew, it is freaking hot, buddy. Um, where I'm at, they don't have condos, but you know, I'm eventually I want to build because eventually I plan on being married here and settling down, and you know, kind of making this my new hub. I try to tell my boys, you know, back home, my youngest boy especially, I'm like, look, as soon as you get out and I don't know if he's going to go to college or right now. I think he's just looking at trade school, which is awesome. I'm very thankful that he's looking into that. So once he gets out, does all that stuff, I told him he should come out here and stay a month with me, and we'll go riding. I'll show him around and show him exactly why I've decided to call this place my home. You know, and I mean, even if something bad, I mean, if I ever had to leave here, I'd probably, I don't know, Vietnam is probably my second pick. Japan would probably be my third pick. Um, as far as Southeast Asia goes, um, you can buy a cheap house in Japan right now. And the thing of it is I think like if you die or something like that, or then it goes back to the government, you know. So now here in the Philippines, if you buy a condo, it's your condo and you can pass it down even to your kids. But I mean, if you can't, depends on if your kids are coming out here to see you. My oldest son, he works all the time, and he's got back with his girlfriend, and uh, she cuts hair, so I mean they stay pretty busy. Uh, but yeah, it's a great place to live, man. Um, Trying to think what else you need to bring. Um, I bring you some hats if you wear hats. Bring your own hats because the hats I got here is Japanese or Chinese made. A lot of them don't even fit my head, so you know I brought I brought me some Atlanta Braves hats and a couple other hats that I had. So when I go back, I'll probably bring a couple of them. Re up on my razors, my shaving gel, and aftershave. I haven't found aftershave out here, so if you like good aftershave, bring that. Um, the rest stuff you can buy: refrigerators, air conditioner, fan. I started out with just a fan, sleeping on a bunk bed because the boarding house I had bunk beds in it, and so I went from a hotel. Literally, I stayed about 16 days at a hotel, and it ended up costing me about 25,000 pesos, and for them 16 days, and then they was going to charge me another, like they was going to put me in a little bitty small room, had a single bed, uh, did have TV, uh, and or no, maybe it had aircon and no TV. I don't know, but they was, for 10 days they was going to charge me like 16 or 18 more thousand pesos. So I sent my tricycle driver out. I said, dude, you got to find me a place to live today. I said, I've either got to re-up here, and it's where he found that boarding house. And I called the guy, and luckily was able to get in there. But the guy, he ripped me off on the electric bill. Was ripping everybody off, really. My neighbor, she'd been there longer than anybody, uh, over a year, and now she don't live there anymore because of the electric bill, because of him. Really, it's all because of him. So you start doing people wrong, and you catch on to it. You're not going to be able to keep nobody. I put an air conditioner. I paid to put an air con in my window. Uh, Guy had to come over, cut the screen, take the glass out. He ended up cutting some of the glass. All this cost me 2,000 pesos just for him to install that. So I mean, and then, but when I moved over here, guy only charged me 800 pesos to come and install it. So, you know, um, and they got Shopee. You can order pretty much anything you want off of Shopee. I found this stuff right here. It's nicotine pouches. I haven't found any in any store, but I found them on Shopee, and it's a little bit expensive, but if you gotta have it, uh, and I really didn't uh, for about 4 or 5 months. I didn't have any of this, so when I got out of the hospital, about a month later, I found them. I thought, man, I'm gonna order me some, and they're good, man. I mean, they do the trick. You know what I mean? So, uh, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here, kind of give you a heads up. What to bring. Uh, Hopefully that'll help you if you're thinking about coming out here. If you want to do it just for the dating, 100%. You want to do it for the people, the culture, and you're used to, and you can adapt to a different culture pretty easy. Don't bring that. Don't think that you're better than these people. These people are hardworking people. They're great. The Filipinos, the Filipinas, Panay and Pinoy, they're uh, they're great people, man. And they're curious people, and they they love to find out where you're from. They love to know your story. So uh, it's just different, man. From the West where nobody hardly even talk to you. They'll talk to you on social media, on Facebook. Then you see them out at Walmart, and they're just like got some kind of social dyslexic problem where they can't even talk to you. Like, it don't make no sense. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, cook me some breakfast. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Get out and enjoy this beautiful weather if that's where you're at around the world. Um, and I will holler at you. I'm gonna try to make a video when I go to the park later, so maybe I'll post it too. Depends on if they're dancing. I want to catch them doing their dance. So yeah. So y'all have a good day, and I'll be seeing you.